So good morning everybody. Thanks very much for coming to the program. My name's Stewart, my colleague down the back is Kay Phillips. We're going to run the whole brain coaching model program for you. This is a great program and our promise is to work very hard for you. At the end of this you will be able to walk away and do things differently and with more impact about how you can coach your people. But for a conversation, some people's careers perish. Their bad behaviours, their inappropriate performance is never called and we never get a chance to improve it. But for a conversation, we could turn those people around. But for a conversation, high performers sometimes don't have more of their potential unlocked. We think coaching has 3 wins. One for the organisation, because we can leverage our human capital. Another win is for you as leaders. It allows you to develop people so that you can focus on other parts of your job rather than having people delegate up to you. The other win in this is, of course, people. It's but for the conversation, some people's underperformance is never addressed and high performers are never unlocked and taken to another level. So our promise today is to work very hard for you. At the end of today, we will evaluate the program and get a sense of how you enjoyed it. I'm interested in that, but what I'm more interested in is actually what you do with it. So what Kay and I live for are those random emails that we get that tell us that somebody's actually done something with this. And that's what we're absolutely interested about. As we go through today, there's going to be 3 segments to it. We're going to lay some foundation. We're going to do some self-insight work using the whole brain thinking model. We're going to outline the grower model, which was developed by Bay Consulting and is a great session planner for having a coaching conversation. You're also going to get some feedback on how you're going, what's working and where you might like to stretch. So part of the program is all about laying the foundations. We're also going to look at the nuts and bolts of what makes really effective coaching work. You're then going to get the chance to practice. So we've got scenarios where you'll try it on. We can't intellectualise our way into coaching, we've actually got to do it. On top of that, towards the end of tomorrow, we're going to use executive coaching. You're going to buddy up with each other so you can take away a high impact learning strategy that'll start to take your coaching to another level. An object, but God help us, it does happen.
Shane, just pull down your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's better.
Good on you.
We'll put credits at the end, right, for everybody's help. We good to go?
Yeah, it's going.
Cool. Guys, thanks for coming back. We covered a mountain of ground yesterday. To get through this morning, we just want to summarise very quickly what we covered yesterday, pull up a couple of key points. Good morning, mate. Welcome. Apologies. No worries. So I want to do a quick summary, then we are going to go around the room. What was a takeout from yesterday? Could be something big, could be something small. It may not be nothing new, but something refreshed that you're going to apply. We're also interested in your coaching development goal, and then we will go to the back of the room and evaluate how the program's going for you. So just quickly, we started yesterday by talking about why the program is useful. It's the W cubed. Being great at coaching and having high performance conversations is great for the business, it's great for you as leaders, and it's great for the staff member. We started the day by having a look at the whole brain thinking model, 4 different thinking styles, and together these make up your coalition of mental preferences. You are all of that, but through nature and nurture you may have habituated a particular thinking style, which is great for you, and we're not looking for that to change. It's all about insight and it's all about flexibility. So that was where we started the day, and you got to have a mini coaching session with each other about what will enhance your effectiveness and then what might undermine it by looking at the model. The other thing we did was look at what makes high performance conversations work, and these were some of the key things that came out. For us, getting the map, the gorilla suit. Do we really know what's going on from the person's perspective? We also get to enrich people's maps by putting high quality feedback. specific, timely, fact-based, supported by examples, and what the impact of it, and this is the communication envelope that picked that up. How do we get the map to hear their side? We question, we probe, we listen, and we create an environment where people can open up. We also talked about sometimes people have a lot of development areas. For us in coaching and in high performance conversations, we want to try and narrow down the development frame, the goal, what are they going to look at? Because then we've got something to focus on. We talked about building development staircases. You've got to do the work. Change requires us to do the work, maybe to unlearn an old habit, replace it with a new one, and for that we put this development staircase together with an action plan, and then we can help someone to get from where they are to where they want to be. And of course sometimes when people learn, it makes them very self-conscious. So the idea of following up and following through as a coach or a leader and helping people go through that anatomy of learning where they may get worse before they get better because they're in that unknown zone of I haven't got the old habit, I haven't quite got the new one in place yet. And when we're there, we encourage people and then we stretch them to a next level. You also got a chance to hear from Kath about how your processes work internally, and that was a really interesting and forthright discussion, and Kay and I really enjoyed tuning in on that. The other thing you got to do yesterday was also simulate it. Try it on, get into role plays, get some feedback from colleagues, and also have a look at yourself on the iPad to see what it was that worked for you and areas that you might like to stretch into. So that was pretty much what we covered yesterday. We can kill that now. Guys, thanks for doing this. As you know, I'm looking to go onto a program in the US, and we're sending a little bit of a clip from what we trained today. Glenn, first of all, for you, how's the program been? How have you experienced it?
Look, for me, it's been very good. You know, as we've talked about, for me, it's a bit more of a refresh.
Yeah.
But I guess having those fundamentals reinforced and being given tools to actually get us through some of those difficult discussions, I've found really good. I'm going to use all of those skills that I've learned, and we've been using them in the role plays. So look, I found it very good, especially given it was really a fresh for me, I guess. So it's been fantastic.
Chris, for you, how have you found the training?
Look, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. This is the first kind of course I've really had the opportunity to partake in, particularly with the coaching element. I'm not a people leader, but it's great. I feel like I'm a bit of a blank canvas, so I feel like I'm absorbing a lot of this information. Loving the structure for myself, having the step-to-step guide, like Ben mentioned, of I guess situations which we'll one day have to implement when I have people reporting through to me, and I feel confident enough to actually use those and go away and practice those. And I feel like I've got the tools and tips to effectively do that.
Well, guys, thanks for that. I really appreciate you doing a street talk interview with me.
No worries.
No worries.